Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror. Today we are joined by two of our very best friends in the whole world. While you see Justin over here, he's here right now. Nick will be here in a minute. He's got a little bit held back. But while we're waiting on our buddy Nick, Justin, how have you been, my friend?
I have been doing awesome. So loving life, enjoying it. And but I'm doing awesome. So life's good. I can't complain too much. So
that's awesome. I'm happy.
We're very happy for you. And for those of you in the chat that don't know, you can check out Rhine1988 on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. It's right down here in the description. So while we're waiting for our buddy Nick to pop in, let's go through and look at some of the chat here. John.
Hey, John.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, John.
I want to apologize, guys. My voice is starting to come back. I woke up on Sunday and I had no voice at all.
I will tell you this. It sounds so much better today.
He literally told our kids, he was like, don't talk to your mom because he didn't want to hear my voice.
I was like, if you guys have any questions, you ask me and I'll address it.
I'm glad you're feeling better than Ashley.
Yeah, thank you.
She's getting there.
Yeah.
What's up, Russell?
Hey,
Thanks
Russell.
for stopping by. Remember, Russell, subscribe to Rhine1988.
Thank you.
We got Jay Dev here.
Hey,
What's up, my
Dev.
friend? Jay, I'm not missing this for my faves in one stream, 10 out of 10.
Aw,
Yes.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
I'd give it a 15 out of 10. I'd give it a 20 out of 10.
Aw.
I
Ooh,
like
I
where
love
this is
that.
going.
I
Okay,
love
so
that.
who's got the next number?
Right. Keep on going up.
So,
Jay Dev says, what's
hey,
up, Justin?
Jason. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Basement Blues.
Hey,
How's
baby.
it going? Hope you feel better soon, Ashley.
Thank you.
Nathan's here.
Hey,
What's up,
Nathan.
Nathan? What's up, Linton? How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
So while we're waiting for Nick, another thing I wanted to talk about real quick. For those of you that are new here, or if you haven't been with us in a little bit, you may notice in this description there's a little something different. You can now become a member of Sledgehammer Horror. Now, what does that mean? Becoming a member means you get behind the scenes access. You get brand new videos before they go live. Right now, for members only, we have a 1-minute teaser clip of our new short, Home is Where the Haunt Is. You will also get 1 week early access to Home is Where the Haunt Is if you become a member. You will get behind the scenes making of videos on how we make our My First Horror Movies, our Didn't See That Comings. And you'll be getting something, I can't really talk about it yet, but you'll be getting something very special from Ashley.
I'm working on it. I'm slightly a procrastinator, but that's how I do my best work. So.
I will tell you this. She's been bouncing the ideas off me, and it's fucking brilliant. I love it to death. It's going to be something new to Sledgehammer Horror.
Mhm.
And for those of you that don't know, Ashley does all the writing when it comes to Sledgehammer Horror anyway. So this is a new segment, a new thing that she's come up with, and I will have nothing to do with this. Will be a completely Ashley-oriented thing. And I can't wait for you guys to see this when it finally goes live. So if you become a member, you get access to all those perks, and you'll get a nice little thing next to your name, just like Mika here. Hey, Mika. Oh, shit. Look at this. J-Dev is giving this an infinity over 100.
I love that.
J-Dev wins. J-Dev wins.
Gavin's here. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Gavin.
So as you guys know, today we are going to be giving our Scream 6 predictions. So again, we're not going to get started until Nick gets here, but life happens. Justin, what can you tell us about what you got coming up over on your channel?
Well, I am bringing back Rhine1988's top 10 horror, and I'm going to kick it off with a summer list. So summer horror movies. I love it.
I love that. Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Ashley. And I'm going to continue my physical media collection series, going over just the physical media in my collection. And then next month, I'm kicking off, like I do every year, my Pride Month on my YouTube channel.
Awesome.
And I'll be talking about love and self-acceptance. You know, my top 10 LGBTQ films. But I'm also going to be reviewing Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, and the gay slasher film Hellbent. So,
Nice.
Dude.
Awesome.
I'm going to be completely transparent about something right now. I had the intention of doing our top 10 queer characters in horror movies. And I've decided against it. And it's not because, as Justin, you know, I have nothing but the utmost love and respect for the LGBTQ community, and so does Ashley. But I feel like if you want to watch something about best queer characters, or, you know, watch Justin, you know, he's going to be giving his Pride Month list. Go and check that out, because, you know, he is somebody that is in the community. And I feel like that'd be like us doing our top 10 favorite Black characters, you know, like, I feel like it's almost condescending for us not being a part of the community. We will support, and obviously, Justin, I'll promote everything that you do. I just feel like, you know, out of being genuine, it wouldn't be right for us to do a top 10 queer characters on our channel. So obviously we'll be doing stuff for Pride Month because we are very supportive, but that's just a list that I just wouldn't feel right doing, because I just feel like it would almost be condescending. So, I did just super chat myself. And the reason why I did that is because I am an idiot and I didn't mean to do a super chat. So my bad. Nick is here.
What's up, Nick?
I'm still getting used to all this because I'm used to chatting on my phone and not here. So what's up, Nick?
What's up? Hold on. I wanted to just pop in and like get into the show to let you guys know that I'm currently like brushing his teeth and laying him down, but I didn't want you to keep waiting and think, oh my God, how long is this motherfucker going to take? So I'm here, but it'll just be an audio for the next like 3 minutes, okay? Until I get him into his bed.
Yeah, take your time, man. We'll continue conversation until you get back.
I'll be like, I'm here, so I can hear you guys and everything. So just go about your business as usual. As soon as I've got him in his bed, I'll turn my video back on. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Jay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Get Ashley some honey and lemon. Always helps me when my voice is shot. Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
And I wasn't going to do this for mine because I feel like an idiot that I even did. I don't know why it automatically went to that. I'm not used to this. But since we did get a donation from, here we go.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Appreciate you, buddy. Well, I was trying to ask, is Stu coming back? And apparently, we gave ourselves $20 coming to you. I was trying to ask the chat if they thought Stu was coming back, but what do you guys think in the chat? Do you think Stu will be coming back for Scream 6? Before that, though, Nathan says, fuck yeah, Elm Street 2 is my favorite.
It's a good one.
Russell says, I think Stu is still alive. Here's getting asked me to super chat myself. And yes, I need to figure out how to name that. I must have clicked the button. How did this even happen? Sorry, guys.
Do it again.
I know. I almost did it again. I'm an old man. And when it comes to technology, I'm like,
I can't. I'm technology and me flies over my head, so it's okay.
Right. Hell yeah, we're going to be there. Justin can't wait. We can't
Thank
either.
you.
Yes, Russell, I agree. Stu is still alive. Nick being an awesome dad. That's what Nick does. Nick is a fucking great dad.
I agree.
Now, I want to name drop something real quick.
Beal.
Beal. We were talking a little bit ago about Home is Where the Haunt Is. That film would not have happened were it not for this guy down here. This has been my best friend since about 2nd grade. He helped out with all the editing. He helped out with the sound on the film. He did a lot to make sure this film is what it is. And it's a short film. You can tell it's made by first-time filmmakers. And, you know, we had a hard time with some of the things that we did, and obviously didn't turn out as well as we would have hoped. But for only renting a house for a couple days and only having a couple days to shoot and get everything done that we wanted done, I'm extremely fucking proud of how this film turned out. If you want to watch the film, become a member of Sledgehammer Horror. You'll get it a week in advance, and you get a 1-minute teaser clip right now. So, Mika, I don't think Stu will be coming back. Again, we're not going to give our opinions quite yet. The Stu train is heading down the tracks full speed. Where's craving something scary when you need him? Stu. Love.
I may or may not have changed my mind on the Stu.
Well, we just got a donation from J Dev, so.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
J Dev, Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, JJ.
Is Joshua Jackson coming back? Hearing those rumors.
Urban Legend. Was that Joshua Jackson? Urban Legend?
Yeah, but he is in Scream 2. Remember, he's in the classroom.
Oh, yes. House 2.
If Joshua Jackson comes back, I got to say this. If he comes back, I hope they kill the shit out of him. Because in Scream 2, he says House 2 is better than House.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
bye, Joshua.
What does he say? What my favorite line though in that is when they're talking about sequels and they quote Aliens and he says, "Get away from her, you bitch." And he's like, "I think it's stay away from her, you bitch." Like, I love that. That's one of my favorites.
That's amazing. It would be cool, but I doubt he'll be back. Not a chance. I prefer Scream 6, not focus on the original for once. Okay. No, Stu not coming back, sadly. I can't predict Scream 6, other than I think they'll kill off Gale. Now, this is all something we're going to be talking about, I promise.
Yeah.
The reason I think Stu is still alive is because they can't find a body of Stu or mention it in the first movie at the end. Okay?
Or in any of them.
Yeah, exactly. And again, Russell, this is something we're going to touch on. I want to be a member down the road. No rush. Guys, and this is something else we wanted to say. If you don't become a member of Sledgehammer Horror, we still love you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for supporting the channel. Got you guys on the next live stream with some super chat. Dude, Gavin, you're the man. We're not anticipating any of that. Louis, what's up,
Louis.
buddy? Don't think Stu will be back, but I hope they get James and Chelsea from Dead Meat back. That would be nice. I would love to see those two back. Okay. I don't want to see any legacy characters in 6.
Yeah.
Now, this is a conversation we will be having, but before we do that, Nick, welcome, buddy. How you doing? Your mic's still off.
All right. How about now?
There you go.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just kind of running all over the place trying to get everything in order and shit in my house. So
I just had to tell Chloe a bedtime story. So
there's
you're familiar.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's family's always first.
Yeah.
And something I want to take a time out on real quick, something that I feel is very important for us to make a conversation about real quick. Please, I'm begging you guys. I'm literally begging you. Please do not get political on us right now. But I wanted to take a second and I wanted to honor the young children that lost their lives the other day. Again, this is nothing political. I'm not picking a side here. Has nothing to do with American politics. I just wanted to take a second. I know thoughts and prayers don't go very far, but
they don't do shit.
Right. But there are little kids that lost their lives and parents out there that had to bury their children. So if you could at least send any positive vibes out their way and at least keep them in your thoughts. Ashley and I are going to be donating a portion of the proceeds you guys have donated tonight. They have a fund to help raise for funeral expenses. So I'll be posting that link in the description when we're done. So I want to just say, keep these families in your thoughts and prayers because none of us could ever imagine what it would feel like to lose their child. So
it was sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
I would say it's up to 21 deaths now today. It's
yeah,
pretty sad.
it's sad. It's awful.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine.
I'm not to shed too much light into how I feel about everything and whatnot, but last night was particularly difficult for me. Just kind of emotional about it, and I got really fired up at work today about it when talking to one of my coworkers who, not in a bad way, they agree with me, and I was just very, very fired up about a lot of things. And I don't know, like I said, we're not going to get into our opinions on certain things. This isn't the space for that, guys, but I just will say, I don't care what the solution is. We need to do something because doing nothing makes us complicit. So
I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree.
And like I said, that's a conversation for another day, but I think, Nick, you and I, due to conversations that we've had, I think that you and I both know that we're on the same page on certain things. And
as well as Justin. I know the three of us.
Yeah.
So
Ashley's right there too.
So all four of us.
Yeah.
the big thing is just remember that when you start hearing people bring politics into this, babies lost their lives, and moms and dads. It was hard to let my kids go to school today. You know,
it's a very uneasy feeling.
I remember when my mom, when Columbine happened, and I came home from school, and my mom was literally bawling and like sat me and my sister down and told us the importance of love. And for those of you that don't know, my sister's deaf in her right ear, and she has a speech impediment, and bullying is something we dealt with a lot. And you know, I understand and I sympathize with that, but gun violence never popped into either one of our heads. So just please, there's definitely better ways to handle things. So just hug and kiss your kids tonight. Call your mom and tell her you love her. You know, you never know when you can't.
Yeah.
So that's essentially what we wanted to say. Everybody in the chat that was talking about this, we agree with you guys. It's very sad. We're all heartbroken. We just wanted to take a minute. And like I said, we will be posting that link in the description after the video. So if you can donate a little bit to help these families, this town is right outside of where my Uncle Dave grew up. He's the guy that pretty much raised me. My Grandpa Rudy and my Grandma Tilly lived about 15 minutes away from where this happened. So this really does hit close to home. So, yeah, you know, love each other. Tell everybody you love them. So the reason we're here, guys.
Let's get a little bit uplifting.
Yeah, let's lift this up a little bit.
Let's talk about fake killings.
Yeah.
Yes.
The ones we actually like.
Yes.
So I want to say it one more time. I do have the links for the Lost River Drive-In and Rhine1988 right down here in the description, guys. So make sure, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to these gentlemen because they're fucking amazing. So I got a little list of things I want to go over.
I gotta get my charger real quick. I'll be right back. You keep talking though.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So the first thing I want to talk about is I don't think this movie will be called Scream 6. So the first thing I want to go on here is, what do we think the title of this film is actually going to be? So I'm going to start with you, Nick. What do you think the title of the upcoming Scream film will actually be?
So this one's difficult for me because I genuinely don't know what direction they would go. I do have to say it's not going to be Scream 6. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's going to be Scream with some kind of subtitle. What that subtitle is, I have no idea. But my opinion, I would love for them to just name this movie. I would love Ghostface. I don't know. I've just always been partial to that. Yeah. And it keeps you away from having to do the numbered bullshit. So, but I don't know. It's going to be Scream something. It's not Scream Kills. It's not Scream, again or anything like. I don't know, Ken. I really don't have a good guess. I really don't. I mean, I could see something as cheesy as Scream Forever. But I don't like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Never stop screaming. So what about you, Justin? You got an opinion on what the title for the upcoming Scream will be?
I'm with Nick. I actually don't know where they're gonna go with it, but I can joke and say, what if it's Scream Slice and Dice?
Oh Jesus!
I would dig it.
Yeah, Slice and Dice.
Slice and dice. What about you, my love? What's your opinion on something that
I think they're gonna do something like Scream 23 or like the year.
Okay.
I kind of feel like they're gonna go into like how Halloween did theirs. They had Halloween 19. Well, I guess since this one would have been Scream 22. Yeah. But Ghostface, I think, would be cool.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, they're going to take a page out of Friday the 13th book, and it's going to be Scream, Dewey Lives. And it's going to get Dewey's grave electrocuted with lightning. And Dewey's going to come back. Zombie Dewey, baby.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I'm down.
Let's do this.
And the only thing about him that's different is the amount of blood loss has given him a red right hand. So now he's walking around with a literal red right hand. No, I really do think that I agree with you guys. They'll go with something. I'm seeing in the chat right here some of the things I've seen. Scream, Revenge of Ghostface. Scream, extra screamy.
Extra screamy.
Ghostface, a Woodsboro story. Where's it at? I just seen one.
I like Ghostface. That's a good one.
Stab 6.
I do like that. Return to Woodsboro. You know, that could be another one. Scream, Return to Woodsboro. We'll get to the Stu talk here in a minute.
I mean, Scream
stabs.
That's
if I'm being honest, I would love to see a decapitation in the upcoming Scream. Because I feel like I just feel like the last Scream was probably the most brutal we've had so far. So
I think it's just going to keep.
I feel like they have to up that ante a little
absolutely.
bit.
I agree.
I'm all for the decapitations.
Yeah. Okay. This is it right here. This is the winner.
Scream Season of the Witch. No, not digging.
Or Stu Resurrection.
Oh, I got one.
I don't know.
I got one. Scream when Stu got his groove back.
Oh Jesus!
There you go. So, for those of you that don't pay attention, we're gonna get a little spoilery right here for a second. It has been announced, so this isn't something that we're digging up. Hayden Panettiere is coming back. Yes. Kirby will have a role in the new Scream movie.
That makes me so happy.
So let's start with this. And this time, my love, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What is Kirby's role?
Oh.
Well, that goes without saying.
All right. I won't fight you for it.
What is Kirby's role going to be in the upcoming Scream film?
So honestly, I feel like this new generation is going to be like the who kind of takes over. And I think that the old cast might have a role, but a small role. So I think Kirby's gonna be like Gail Weathers to Sam's Sydney, or Tara Sydney, whatever way they decide to take that. But I think that she's gonna kind of be one of the final girls with them, and I think that they're gonna take over this.
So your opinion is she's gonna come back and she's gonna be that.
She's gonna be that help. Like, she's been through this, she's already dealt with Ghostface.
I'm your life.
He's already attacked her. Yeah, I know how to, just like Sydney kind of taught them in the last one, like how to face Ghostface. I think she's going to be a part of that.
Okay. All right.
That's just my opinion.
How about you, Justin?
I agree with Ashley. Either I think she's going to be the lead of this, which I would love that, or like Ashley said, she'll be there to kind of help them out, Sydney was in the last one and Gail was. I think she's definitely going to have more of a role in this than she did in Scream 4. So she's going to have a more important part in this, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. And what about you, Nick?
So there rumors have been abound about her inclusion in this movie, like what it would be. For me personally, I think that she is going to be a part of the opening of the movie, where we're going to be reintroduced to her, I think, in an opening attack, kind of similar to Scream 2022, where Tara didn't die. I think it's going to be similar. Kirby's not going to die, and it's going to be this, we're catching up with Kirby, and then Ghostface finds her. And, that's how we open this movie. And that is what drives Kirby to find the surviving group from the previous movie and band together and be like, who the hell is doing this to us and why? So I think she's going to be a part of the opening. She's going to survive and then find them to work together.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see this going two ways. I could see that she comes back, Ghostface comes back and she comes back, like, I'm not running anymore, type thing. I was gone last time. I was, or she was part of the mastermind that set up the events in Scream 5, and she could be a villain in this one.
She's a Ghostface?
Yeah, I think she could be, part of the mastermind behind that. But I just don't know how much sense that would truly make because of everything she's been through. So.
And I gotta say to that, Ken, for me personally, and I've heard people saying, well, why, let's make Kirby the killer. I don't want it either, but my thing is they better not squander this like they did with Randy. They killed Randy way too early, and people kept going, we need a Randy, and we didn't get a Randy until Kirby, and then we thought they killed Kirby, and it's like, stop squandering this great character archetype that you have, like this character type.
Honestly, like she could be like one of the leads, but also still be the Randy and help them out because she does have that knowledge of horror movies, but also just knowledge of survival. She could honestly be the new David Arquette, where David Arquette in the last movie was helping them out. He knew things. So she could honestly...
And I think that's the most logical way to go. I really do. You know, it's like, why else is she a part of this? She wasn't a part of 2022. That's why I think she's going to be a part of the opening attack, because if she wasn't brought back in the previous movie just because there was new attacks going on, why would she come back this time? I think she's going to come back this time because she is in the crosshairs of the killer, and that's what brings her back.
That's a really good... I mean, what was it? They kind of did that similar to Sydney in Scream 3, because even though she wasn't in the opening, Sydney was like hiding out, living on her own, like away from everything, and Ghostface found her. So I think that's actually a really good idea, is like have Kirby be in the opening, have Ghostface find her, and then she comes back to help.
Right.
So I love that.
And I really like that idea as well. So I want to catch up on the chat real quick. I've heard this one won't be in Woodsboro.
I mean, it could be like Scream 2, like they go to college, like type thing,
3.
you know?
Scream 3 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirby will be the one who finds out Stu is on the loose again. We'll get to Stu, guys. I promise. I worry about this movie. I think they are rushing it. Normally, a movie a year after is bad. Scream 2 was a good follow-up. But I've heard that this is not being rushed like that. I've heard they've had pretty much this written since they wrote Scream 2022.
Yeah,
so
they always
that makes you feel a little more comfortable.
Yeah,
they always hoped for a trilogy. They had always hoped for that, so there were outlines.
Yeah,
I think Kirby will be a villain.
Don't do it.
I feel like Kirby will be one of the killers.
No,
Kirby is a killer.
I would not like that. I can tell you right now, I would not like that.
We need something different. Kirby needs to be involved in the killing somehow, some way.
No.
Kirby knows all about horror like Randy. She'll be helping them survive.
Yes, that's what I want.
Yeah, but as a killer, Kirby survives. Now, see, we just got this. I feel like Kirby will be Sydney from Scream 3 in hiding, but comes back to help the new victims and survives. She better.
Yeah, I love that.
I agree. I love Kirby's character, so I would be very bummed. How is she going to protect against herself, Ghostface?
Oh gosh.
Or Kirby could be the killer, and we find out in the end Stu put her up to it, leading Stu to be the main villain in 7.
Stu, okay, we'll talk about Stu in a minute.
Yep, we'll get to Stu, I promise. I spy with my little eye group of cute individuals and their host Ken. Patrick, you son of a bitch. What's up, buddy? It's really nice to see you, man. We got to get together again, Patrick. I've been missing you, man. It's been a minute, and we really need to get together again.
Yes.
I'd like to see dueling Ghostface, like 2 Ghostface with both not knowing who the other is. I actually really like that idea.
Pretty cool, yeah.
I like that idea.
And then go like after each other, like I'm the better Ghostface.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I agree with Nick. Randy died way too early.
Yeah.
Oh,
they did him dirty.
Yeah, they definitely did. And I think everybody knows how I feel about that.
Right.
Kirby works at the radio tower. Oh, wait, wrong film. So, thank you so much for your donation, Jay. Give me 1 second.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Got to do it every time. So maybe us knowing who one of the Ghostface is and trying to figure out who the other one. See, now I wouldn't mind that, because the reason I didn't like Scream as much the first time I'm just gonna call it Scream 5 just to avoid any confusion. The reason I didn't like Scream 5 on first watch was I predicted the killers quite early on.
Yeah.
And part of the fun of Scream for me was always trying to figure out who the killer was.
Right.
So that's why on first watch I didn't like it as much. The second watch I loved it. I'm
gonna say Jack Quaid surprised the shit out of me. I didn't see him.
Too.
I didn't see him coming. Amber, the first time I saw Amber, and that we immediately were like, "Oh, she's a bitch." It's like she's one of them.
I knew it. I was like, she's a killer.
When
But
I-
yeah,
Mhm.
Jack Quaid-
When I seen Jack Quaid, I looked at Ashley. I said, "He's in on it.
Yeah.
He's acting too
Well,
stupid about
well,
the
just
Well,
like-
who doesn't know what stab is."
the
Yeah.
only reason
Or-
yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're
Um,
fine.
But the only reason I didn't think he was a killer is because he lived in the same town as the lead character in the film. So it
Yeah.
threw me off a little bit because I was like, how? Like, but yeah, that one surprised me.
What's up, Ashton?
Hey, Ashton.
Nice to see you, buddy. It doesn't make sense for Kirby to be the killer. I agree with
I
that.
agree too.
I agree.
What? That's what. Didn't see it coming, did you? Been missing you too, man. It's been so long. Yeah, dude, I get it, man. I still got a fucking 4K to send you that's down in my kitchen, still wrapped, buddy. That way we can see Ghostface doing the speaking around and killing from their point of view too. I would actually dig that. Yeah. See, like this right here, I agree with that. Like that's a really cool idea. I dig that a lot. Killers in the new characters, Kirby returning as an OG character as the fill-in for Dewey with Kirby's return. I also don't see Stu returning wouldn't exactly make sense.
All this talk about Stu, Ken, is that the next question? I mean, we might as well get this cat out of the bag.
It is getting there.
We
Yes.
might as well. I think we were gonna wait for that one.
That
till
was
the
gonna be
end,
the
but
last,
everybody's
but
like,
yeah.
Stu, Stu.
Amber's one of my favorite Ghostface killers. I did like Amber, and I like her Freddy Krueger look at the end. Amber was a bit obvious, but the way she revealed herself was so shocking. I loved it.
Yes.
I did too.
Just their reasoning though was so lame.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I was not a fan of the reason.
Stu is the best Ghostface. All right, goddamn it, we're gonna get into it. Is Stu coming back? We are gonna start this time with you, Nick. Oh, hold on, real quick, Daniel. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
I'm glad you
Daniel.
can stop by for a second. All right, so Nick, we're gonna start with you this time. Is Stu still alive?
Yes, Stu is still alive. No, he will not be seen in this movie. He is being saved for the finale in the next movie. I truly believe that each one of these movies is going to have the advent of bringing somebody back. First, you had the OG trio in Scream 5. Now you're going to have Kirby. And then I think in the final one, you're going to have Stu. And I think the reason for that is, and before people are worried about, well, how are they going to explain that and how they, whatever. We have suspended disbelief for things in horror movies way less likely than that, first of all. Second of all, if there's one thing Radio Silence showed us with 5 Cream, it's that they know how to write a good script and story. And I feel like I could trust those guys to write something that makes sense. And so I do believe he's alive. And this is one thing I want to pose to you guys. They mentioned Stu a few times in Scream 5, but they never mentioned that he's dead. But whenever they talked about Billy Loomis, they mentioned he was dead. But no one ever said Stu was dead. Was that intentional? I think partially. I think it was the filmmakers going, we'll keep you guessing. Maybe it's just a red herring. But no, I do believe he's alive, but I don't think he'll be here yet.
Okay. That's fair. What about you, Justin? Is Stu alive?
Well, I don't want to make people mad, but I don't think he's alive.
No, you're wrong.
But I also want to mention that I like Nick's idea about if he is alive, having him be in the last movie, and also these writers, if he's alive, it needs to make sense. It needs to be organic. Like, how did he survive? Like, explain that. Like, that's the stuff that I want to know. So, do I think he's alive? No, but if they do it right, I would be open to the idea of like him being alive. So I'm kind of 50-50 with this whole thing. Like I don't, it needs to be organic if he's going to come back. Like
It needs to die.
It needs to die. So
what about you, Love? Is Stu alive, and is he
So,
coming back?
I was totally on the he's dead, like that 1,000-pound TV crushed his head, but he's a fan favorite, and I think for the fans that they are going to bring it back, and I don't know how, because like I said, like he looked at as hell in that first movie, but I do think they're going to bring him back for sure.
Okay.
And I think to your point, Ashley, about him being a fan favorite, and that's why they're going to bring him back. I would argue that it's Matthew Lillard's best role in his career. I don't think he ever topped Stu Macher. I mean, I really just don't. I think that Stu Macher was the perfect mix of charismatic, bubbly, psychotic. Just it's a fantastic performance. I mean, it's just great. I mean, I would love to see him in that role again.
Liver alone.
Yeah.
Liver. I do want to say
Mom
real
and Dad
quick.
are going to be so mad at me.
You think that Stu's alive?
Hey,
Nick
I'll
thinks
say
that Stu
this.
is alive.
Oh.
Go ahead,
I'll say-
Justin.
I love Stu, by the way. Like, if I
Oh,
love-
you had your chance, you backstabbing dick.
no,
Okay?
but I'm gonna say this. There's a twist with what I'm gonna say. I love Stu, but I do think he's dead. Like, I don't know, but I know Kevin Williamson had the idea in Scream 3 to bring him back. So I don't know.
I guess then the question becomes, Ken, what do you think?
If he does come back, his head is going to be flat, though.
Right.
It's gonna
I
be
do
flat.
first off want to say that, yeah, while I do love Stu Macher, I think personally that Matthew Lillard's best role, what do you think I think his best role is?
In
Is
Scooby-Doo.
it
Nope.
Shaggy?
It's
Nope.
not Shaggy?
No. Salt Lake
Wow.
City Punk.
Oh, Salt Lake. Yeah.
He was
I
a
know.
man. That's a
Nice.
punk. Like
Mhm.
that's one of my favorite movies. I got to go with that. But to Nick and Ashley, I do want to say he's dead. That boy's dead.
He did. Honey.
I don't know. Like, to me, if they brought him back, I think I got to agree with the fact that it has to be something organic. It has to make sense. But I would just think that if all these things have been happening for all these years and not one person was like, maybe Stu Macher has something to do with this. You know,
Right.
that's where I'm like, you know, at some point somebody would have had to have been
They
like,
need to.
You guys hear the
Stu's still alive.
You guys
He's
have heard
been
the
in prison.
theories. Well, no, the theories have been that from watching the first movie, you can tell that Stu's family is well off. So the theories have been, if you write it that he's still alive, you can write it to where his family is basically they paid them off, and like he died. Say he died. Say one of these bodies is his. Blah 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 blah, and the wealthy, which would not be far-fetched at all, that the wealthy bought their kid out, their kid's way out of something because money rules the fucking world. So everyone thinks Stu is dead, but he's not dead. They just told everyone he was dead because greed is the most powerful thing.
I got
Yeah.
my theory about how they're gonna bring him back if he's alive. They're gonna totally pull a Halloween 5, and the Mountain Man is keeping Stu alive in his cave, and he wakes
He's
up.
been living on his rich island.
They're gonna roll him
sipping
in.
margaritas.
And everybody's like, oh, he could survive a TV dropping on his face. I agree, he could, but he also got stabbed like 6 times.
Right.
I'm feeling a little woozy.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, like,
but
the
no, but nobody bats an eye that Dewey got stabbed like 80 times in every movie and came back.
Okay.
Yeah, but can
All right.
Matthew Lillard do this every time someone talks to him?
I know.
No, but I'm just saying.
Wait. By the way, everybody forgets
I-
Matthew Lillard's best role is She's All That. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Remember that.
Slow
I'm
down.
just-
I guess what
Beep,
we're
beep.
saying, Justin,
Beep,
is
beep, Justin.
we all love Matthew
kidding.
Lillard. We all love him. He's
Serial
great.
Mom.
I do
He's
wanna
great
say-
in it.
Like, obviously, I am not on board with bringing Stu back. I love the character. I love Matthew
Me
Lillard,
too.
and I do
Yeah,
want
I'm
to say
the
real quick, we went to Cincinnati
Yeah.
to go to Horror Hound, and Matthew Lillard's line got capped, and he literally got up and walked to the end of the line and high-fived every single person on the way back through the line, just so everybody got the chance to meet him in
Yeah.
case they closed down
He's-
before he got the chance to meet everybody.
He's a
And
great human being for sure.
it was the
Oh,
coolest
God.
shit I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
I love
He
it.
literally gained much respect from Ashley and I that
Yeah.
day. He didn't have to do that. Not
Yeah.
something he had to do.
Well, and I
He
was
literally
just
just got up, walked to the very end, and started high-fiving people, walking back up his line. And I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Mm.
and he does the Shaggy voice for kids when they go up to him.
Yeah.
And I love him. No, I love Matthew
Yeah.
Lillard so much.
Yeah. He's a amazing human for sure.
He is what celebrities should strive to be.
Absolutely.
a genuine, loving human being that doesn't take himself for granted. So
Exactly.
we're going to move on from Stu here for a second, but I promise we'll be back on the Stu train here in a minute.
I mean, I don't think it makes sense either, really. But I'm just gonna. I had to jump on the Stu train.
OG always returns in a horror movie. I agree. We had that last movie. So you believe Stu is alive, but everyone knows he's alive. See, now that's my thing. Like, so you guys are saying that nobody knows he's alive. He's been put into hiding, right?
That's what I would think. Yeah, I would think that it was a cover up.
Sense.
It was a cover up. Yeah,
again, that would make the most sense.
Or he's been in prison.
Right. That's another big thing.
But they didn't.
Here's Jen.
They didn't write themselves into a corner. That's the thing. They didn't write themselves into a corner because by not referencing what happened to him in this previous movie, they could say he's been in hiding, or they could just go, yeah, he's in prison, because they didn't tell us. So
So they have that opening to bring him back if they wanted to.
Stu isn't coming back. It's too late and far stretched at this point. I'd rather Jill to come back.
Oh no. Sorry.
Jill?
I'm sorry. I'm not a Jill fan.
I'm not a Jill fan either.
No, I know who Jill is. I'm just like, she got fucked up.
Oh wow. So it's thunder and lightning pretty bad here, guys. So if we start going pretty wonky, we got a really bad storm going on here. I just seen some crazy lightning. What if Stu gets out of the pen after 25 years and has remorse for what happened and helps our survivors out against whoever the killer is?
Ooh.
Remember, no film has confirmed Stu as dead on purpose. So that's another thing. Maybe Stu does come back and he's like, you know,
for
nobody trusts him.
For everybody going after these logical explanations, I want everybody in the chat to understand they have intentionally in all these movies not talked about Stu's fate because they always planned on bringing him back in the original trilogy. And then they have intentionally not said what his fate was. So it may seem far-fetched to us because it was 25 years ago, but it's kind of always been the intent. I don't know.
But J-Dub, I kind of like that. Would be a great twist because if you think about it, Billy, even though he was a spirit, he was trying to like help his daughter. Like they did a twist there, so I actually kind of like this. Like if Stu comes back, let's not make him a killer. Let's actually like make him somebody who wants to help and try to like redeem himself.
Or maybe he like takes Sam under his wing and they are the killers.
There's a theory.
We're close, Sammy.
Yeah.
There's a theory that Sam killed. A lot of people are starting to gain traction with this. They think that Sam killed Sheriff Hicks. They think that was
really
because
in that one she
put side by side her stabbing Jack Quaid and the murder of Sheriff Hicks and tell me they don't look like eerily similar, like very angry. Like I don't agree with the theory. I don't, but there were hints in that last movie that Sam, because she is Billy Loomis's daughter, could have a few screws loose up there. So,
well, I think we will see more of her battling her mental illness that she was in Scream 5 for sure, and like not. In Scream 5,
I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I don't think Stu is coming back. I wouldn't want to see him back personally. I'm kind of with you, Mika. Like and again, I love Matthew Lillard, and some of these ideas are kind of changing my mind a little bit, but
same.
I still think he's alive because the cord from the TV had to have come out of the wall before it dropped on his head. I agree with that, but again, he had the TV dropped on his head. He got stabbed all those times.
Electrocuted, by the way.
There's a lot. People have survived worse in real life, which is true. Okay, seriously, I think there will be Easter eggs in 6 teasing Stu's return, and then in 7 it'll be Stu versus Sid.
Yeah, come on. How are we not talking about how this showdown would be epic? Stu versus Sydney. Like,
just imagine him with the like surprise Sydney, just like he did in the first one. Like that would totally be a hair-raising moment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, for him to come out of the shadows.
Goosebumps.
That's a Spider-Man No Way Home theater moment where I stand up and I clap and I'm like, fuck yeah.
Let's do this.
All right, radio silence. When you do introduce Stu again, he's got to come out of the shadows. Surprise, Sydney.
Yeah.
That would definitely. I've got a little emo goosebumps right now. That would be dope.
I actually thought, like, when I first saw, was it the second or the first trailer for the last Scream movie, when Ghostface says, Sydney, it's an honor. I actually thought the reveal was that it was going to be Stu. Like, I had a feeling, I was like, is this going to be his return? And it wasn't, but I thought that was going to be it. So,
right. And we got a couple people disagreeing with you, Nick. We got Patrick saying that it was Shaggy, and T. Parker saying again, Shaggy.
Hey, Shaggy, he's the best Shaggy ever put to film or TV. I won't disagree. I freaking love him as Shaggy, but nah, come on. Nah, Stu Macher had a lot more range and emotion than Shaggy, I think. So, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, they were going to bring him back in Scream 3, the original plan to bring Stu back. But obviously with Columbine, a lot of shit changed on that set. Matthew Lillard's best role is in Hackers. That's a very underrated role. Salt Lake City Punk, one of my favorite movies. Matthew Lillard is crazy underrated.
Agreed.
The Curve is good. Stu is a very underrated villain. We got more love for Hackers. Stu stole every scene that he was in. And here's where I agree with Mika. I want a new villain. Like, I loved that they brought in new villains in the last one too, but I want somebody that's going to blow me away. Give me a good reason for doing what you're doing.
Sam is going to be a villain.
And here's another thing that got brought to my attention. Let me real quick catch up on the rest of this chat, and then I want you guys to the rest of this. I also got a high five Matthew Lillard the night I went to Horror Hound. I wish we could have seen you, J-Dev. That would have been amazing. Matthew deserves a big payday. Yes, I agree. Could Stu be in a coma the last 26 years? Also extremely possible. Peer pressure. He was far too sensitive. That's awesome. Yes, it was amazing. Stand up, clap, and cry. Stu versus Sydney would be an epic showdown. Stu is in jail. The FBI have been using him to profile Ghostface killers. Okay, maybe. I can fuck with that. Now here's something that got brought up to me. In Scream 3, they had the voice changer that everybody hates, where it mimic people's voices.
By the way, I love that.
Could you imagine if the next Scream opens up with Gail doing her weather thing, and someone calls in live to the studio with Dewey's voice?
Oh,
and starts talking to Gail live on the air, and that, because Gail, and where I love this idea, because I'm not a huge fan of the voice changer thing. It's not something I'm super into.
But it makes more sense now in 2022 than it did back then. But nothing like that even
exists. If you remember, at the end of Scream 2022, I'm not writing a book about this. Let them die in anonymity.
Right.
What better way to bring her back in than have Dewey call her? Like, you know what I mean? The beginning of the movie, like, hey, Gal, how have you been? Like, that right there could be the catalyst to Gail saying, fuck, because her and Sydney were completely done, I feel like, at the end of Scream 2022. And I was really satisfied with that ending. But if you're going to pull Sydney and Gail back in, you got to give me a reason to,
I don't think that they're going to be, like, the stars of the show.
No, and I don't think
they're going to pass the buck. Like, I think they're kind of done with it.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm a Gail fan. That would be way for us to bring back David Arquette, because Matthew Lillard was in Scream 22. He was the metal face, ghost face in Stab 8 when Chelsea and James were, making fun of it.
Yeah,
that was Matthew Lillard.
That was Matthew Lillard.
What?
That was doing that. Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yeah, his voice is always also in the movie when they're clearing, when they're at the party scene at the end, and it's like dope house or like sick house, like that's Matthew Lillard's voice.
That is so cool. I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah, I loved the little Easter eggs, like Drew Barrymore being the voice of the principal in Scream 2022. Little things like that I think were really, really cool. But what better way to have David Arquette be a part of the next Scream than using
in some way,
voice?
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
how heartbreaking would that be for you to see, Gail's face when Dewey calls her at the, that would be the way for her to be like, yeah, I'm in. Let's get this motherfucker. What would you guys think of that?
You want to go, Nick?
Yeah. I would be totally cool with it. I think that it is a very nice way to play with the emotions of Gale. How not nice way, dick way, but you know what I mean. But
Right.
unfortunately, Radio Silence in one of their I listened to a podcast with them. I can't remember what podcast. It was months ago, like when the movie came out. They were doing a bunch of podcasts and they mentioned the voice changer from Scream 3 and how it doesn't make any sense logically. So
Okay.
I know they wouldn't bring it back, unfortunately, but I personally don't give a shit about the logic of it. I thought it was cool in Scream 3 and I would have liked to see it used again, but yeah.
Well, I think Gale coming back. First of all, I love Gale. I'm a fan of Gale.
Oh yeah.
So what I want though is, and I like the idea of actually like having Dewey's voice pop up, and that's the reason for her coming back. But I want her to have a bigger role in this next movie because I felt like in Scream 2022 it was great to see her and she had her moments, but like I want more of her. Like,
well, Justin, I think you'll be happy because the early word from what I've heard from some people that have seen the script is that this is a very, very much so more a Gale-centric movie than the last one.
Yeah.
So
Good. Well,
but
has Nev Campbell confirmed to sign on yet?
No, and there's actually worry is starting to grow among the community that she might not be doing it. But
Has Courtney Cox
Yes.
though? Yeah,
Courtney-
I heard she did,
yes.
but then she
They-
backed out.
Well,
No, she did.
Variety, they haven't announced it yet, but she basically announced it herself. But I think the reason it hasn't been like announced by the trades yet is because the contract details probably haven't been ironed out. But she essentially said, "Yeah, I'm back." The rumor or the theory, I don't know if I'd say rumor because I don't know if there's any basis behind it, but the theory is that Nev is in it. They're not going to mention that she's in it this time around. And the only time you're going to see her in this movie is at the very end. There are rumors that Ghostface isn't revealed in this movie and that the movie's going to end with Nev getting a call from Ghostface and it's going to set up the next movie. So
I would
Yeah, I
fucking
like
hate
that.
that.
yeah,
I would
that's-
hate that.
I love that
He
idea.
hates
No
being
offense.
left on
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
I think it's
I-
badass. To not reveal
I-
the killer would be sick, I think.
I
Dude,
love
in The
that
Walking
idea. I'll
Dead,
tell you why.
listen, The Walking Dead, when you didn't find out who Negan killed and you had to wait a whole nother season to figure out, I wanted to fucking hang myself in my closet. Like, I couldn't handle it. I can't imagine what I'd do if I had to wait for another movie.
I love that idea, and I'll tell you the reason
that-
why I love it. Yeah, I love it just because it would be the first time we didn't have a reveal of a killer. That
Yeah.
makes a Scream movie stand out if you think about it.
Tyler Gillette and Matt Olpen have both already said on record multiple times leading up to this, we have to completely shake things up and change the formula.
Yes,
Like we
yes.
have to, we cannot be too formulaic because as much as I love Scream, I think every movie is a genuinely good movie. Even Scream 3, which is my least favorite, I think they're all very well done slasher movies. Eventually that formula will not work anymore. And you don't want to get to the point where you're the movie that, okay, this formula fucking sucks now. No, we're going to have to switch it up. And what better way to switch it up than everyone wondering, is Nev in it? Is Nev in it? Is Nev in it? And then at the very end, the killer's not revealed. The killer gets away and then cut to Nev inside her family room getting a phone call from Ghostface and then credits. And then it's like, oh shit, Scream 7 is going to kick serious ass. So, yeah.
I'll tell you what, one of the big, and we're talking about surprises with this franchise. One of the biggest surprises for me, though, was when I first saw Scream 3 and Cotton died in the beginning of the movie. Like that was a good surprise for me. So if we're talking surprises, that's off topic, but I thought that was a great surprise. So we need a surprise almost like that where it just kind of you don't expect it.
Right.
Type of deal.
And I think that they will have a big kill at the beginning.
I that they're
Hold
gonna
on,
have
hold on.
more than one
We're
Ghostface.
gonna go right into who dies after we catch up on the chat real quick. Okay, where do we leave off? Oh wow, that would be awesome, Ken. Dewey's voice, dude. That would be so messed up about using Dewey's voice. I think Gail and Sydney are done. Yeah, no,
I
Gail for
think
sure will
so
be
too.
back.
She's back.
She'll
She
be
did
back.
an interview recently, and she was talking
Mhm.
about the movie, so she is coming back.
She actually had to stop talking about the movie, Justin. She
Yeah.
actually said in the interview, "I can't talk about it." So
Yeah.
she's in it. Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good idea. They would have to have a good reason for either of them to return, and like I said, I think that would be a really good reason.
Yeah.
And there are so many Easter eggs
Oh,
in Scream 2022,
yeah,
and
there's
it's
a ton.
amazing. I hate the idea of Gail getting a call from Dewey. That is so cruel. I agree with you, Jen. I think that would be a catalyst. It would be heartbreaking.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I cried in Scream
I did
2022
too.
when Gail and Dewey were talking, and I didn't cry at the death. Like, I kind of seen that one coming, but when they were talking, I felt when he was like, "I shouldn't have been a coward. I should have went with you." I felt like that was David talking to Courtney,
Yeah,
not
it
Dewey
was.
talking to
Yeah.
Gail.
absolutely.
Yeah, and like I was in the theater and I was crying. I was like, "This is fucking heartbreaking,
That's why
man."
it was
Like,
so real. Like the
Yeah,
feeling of it was
yeah.
so real.
And then when you see him and she's screaming like that,
Yeah.
that was good. Stu gets released from prison, and the producers of the new Stab film hire her to help with writing it. As they're writing Stab films, the killings start happening in real life. Ooh,
Mhm.
That's
That's a good one.
I like
Yeah.
that one. I shipped Gail and Dewey as well as Courtney and Ben. We did. I love it. Kill using David's voice would be a great idea. I would just want Gail to get an actual phone call from. That would be Ghostface calling
yes.
Gail.
Yes. Oh man.
It'll
Like,
happen. Everything that they missed doing in Scream 5, the fans have pointed out, and I guarantee you all that stuff they missed is going to happen in this next one. Yeah, she's going to get a call.
It seems like Radio Silence listens to the fans in a good way.
Yeah,
Not that they don't pander, they listen.
that's why I think
Um,
it brings Stu.
I think if it's more about Gail, then I think she's not going to make it to the end.
I would have to agree.
You'll hear a sledgehammer in the back of the theater.
I don't.
I've already lost Dewey. I can't lose Gail too.
I
okay?
love Gail. But you know what though? I don't want her to die. I didn't want Dewey to die either. But if she died and Sydney came back in Scream 7, that's more of a reason for her to come back because now the
Right.
people that she loved
Yeah.
close to her are gone.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, if you're gonna kill her off, like not just for the wow factor,
You
for
got to make
actually
it a
like
reason.
a good
Yes.
reason
Yeah.
for
Yes.
story.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But have her survive
Sydney-
until like the end. Like, don't.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
final act.
Yeah.
Right.
Sydney gets a call from Stu as the cliffhanger. That would be the massive cliffhanger. If Stewie got a call, or Stewie. God damn it. If Sydney
Stewie.
got a call from Stu.
You
yeah.
put them together.
Yeah.
Stewie.
Yeah, see, now we're shipping them. It's Stewie. I always had a thing for you, Sid. No, my wife is with you on that, Ken, about Negan, that shit. Yes. It ate me alive.
Mhm.
They can reveal at least one Ghostface in Scream 6, receive the other for Scream 7.
I think there's going to be more than one Ghostface. I
So
think
do
there's
I.
going to be 3 Ghostface.
There's
And
gonna
I
be
think
like
one's going to get killed
85.
off right in the beginning. Sam's going to kill a Ghostface and that's going to make her go crazy. And,
Good work.
yeah.
All the speculation for a movie that is 10 months away is a lot. Imagine the torture of waiting for a cliffhanger. Oh, Charles, love this, and we love you, buddy. You've been
Thank
here
you,
since day
Charles.
one, so we appreciate you, buddy. And with that donation, we have
Ooh,
a
baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Man, I love
Appreciate
that.
you, buddy.
Man.
But
I love when she says,
Just-
"Hey, baby. Hey, baby."
so just think about this. You know how the opening, they always kill someone off?
Mhm.
Instead, it's Ghostface that gets killed off.
At
And
the
then
beginning.
they feel this security almost, and all hell just breaks loose because they think that he's dead.
Right. For real, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is a horror retelling of the famous legend of Winnie the Pooh. I actually like the cliffhanger idea, Gavin.
I love it.
I think Dewey will be in the film, maybe a dream or something. I agree with that.
I was gonna say I think he will be in the movie, almost like Randy was Jamie Kennedy's character. Randy was in Scream 3. He had that moment in Scream 3.
Right. The Scream franchise doesn't have a bad movie. I almost
agree.
cried when Dewey died. Yeah. If Scream 3 is the worst movie in your franchise, holy shit, you've done something extremely right. So
Absolutely. It's a good franchise.
Gail is definitely dying in the next one. Gail gets a text, I killed Dewey. See, that's another thing I was thinking. Maybe maybe that
Or
last
a phone call.
Ghostface, yeah.
Like, like messing with her and be like, I'm the one that killed him.
Right. Scream 6 is slated to be released
23.
March. Is it March 23?
No,
Yep.
I think it's later. Is it March?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was March 23. Okay, so the next question we're going with, who is gonna die of the characters that we know? I am going to real quick say that I believe Mindy Meeks is gonna die in this one.
Really?
I think that they're gonna use her as the Randy
She's
to where she dies in this one, like Randy did in Scream 2. And that's my luck because Mindy was my favorite character of the new characters in Scream 2022. I think she's very intelligent. I think she's just super amazing. I think she's funny.
I think that they learned their lesson about killing Randy off way too early.
I
that
agree.
they're not going to kill her.
I don't think she's
because I agree with you that she's like the new Randy Mix because she's super like on the horror. She knows all about horror and all that.
I hope, but my opinion, Mindy's gone. Mindy's going to be the one to bite it. Who of our people that we know? Do you think any of them die? And if so, who are you going with?
Like, do you mean like the legacy characters or
legacy
like the ones that were just
legacy or?
So I for sure think that Gail's gonna die. I think she's gonna die in this one, and I think it's to bring back Sid in the next one.
Okay, so you are going with Gail's gonna die.
I absolutely. Are you gonna cancel me? That's cool. Yeah, I think she's gonna die. But I don't think just her.
I don't know what happened. It just crashed. Everything just closed.
Okay, so you think Gail is gonna die?
Yes.
Anybody else, or is that the one you're going with for now? Putting that in your cap.
Yeah, that's the number one.
All right, Justin. What about you? Who is dying that we know in the new Scream
I think
film?
there's two people that are going to die in this. I think.
Okay.
Who you got?
I think, and I don't want her to die, but I think Gail's going to die at the end. I think she's going to go out heroically. I'm going to say that. But I don't think Mindy Minx is going to die. I think her brother's going to die. And I think that it's going to, because Mindy was like she was super fun. I loved her in the last one, but I think the death of her brother will get more of a different side of her that we have not seen yet. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta say I think I'm with Justin entirely on that. I think it's Chad and Gail. I think they're goners.
Can I tell you that last Scream surprised me when Wes died. Like I was so shocked when Wes died. I thought Wes was going to survive, or at least survive up until the end, and like they killed him off midway. So
at least he died in a Psycho homage.
Yeah.
The shower scene. At least they gave him that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I thought when Judy died was shocking. Like her dying out in midday.
Broad daylight.
I know. Brutally.
In front of her house. In front of her house. Broad daylight.
She was trying to save her son.
Yeah, that was rough. So we've all talked about who we think is going to die. Now let's talk about Ghostface. Who you believe
Martha Minx. Do not talk about my. Oh, sorry. I saw Jake.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Let me go ahead and catch up the chat real quick before we do that. Dang, 5 days after my birthday. That just means you got to fly out here and go watch it with us, Nate.
Yeah.
Tara or Sam will also die. Ooh.
Maybe
we just lost.
Sam?
Listen,
Sam's gonna.
We just lost Tara, Jenna Ortega, and X. Okay, let the girl live.
Right.
Nick, I hope you brought enough to everybody.
Jaden, I literally right before this, I recorded the podcast with Christian and Dave McRae. And then as soon as I got done with that, I had to give my kid a bath, put him to bed, and then I was right back filming something. So I'm eating my dinner. That's why I keep turning the camera off, because you guys don't need to see me taking bites out of burgers. Okay.
You're fine, bro. We appreciate you being here. I think it's going to be Gail Weathers is the next victim. Mindy will die. Chad will die. Wow.
Gail will die. Tara will
Nathan's
die.
killing everyone.
Everyone's dying.
Kirby will not die. Kirby will
Oh,
not
so
die. You're
I-
obsessed.
Ooh, look at this. I think Mindy will be a ghost face.
Mindy? Really?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I like it.
I kind of think that Chad's gonna kind of be like a Dewey, like the protector of the group.
I can see that too. I believe he's going to die to subvert expectations, since Chad dying would be too obvious, and he's basically the new final guy, Dewey. There we go.
We're on the same page.
Sam won't die. She's got serial killer in her. I honestly kind of hope Sam dies in the next one.
Same.
I guess I'm getting canceled too.
I like Sam.
Martha.
Martha.
No.
Martha.
I love my Heather. No. Do we? You look good.
Gail dying would be too similar with Karen dying in Halloween Kills. I can see that. I think everybody dies in 6, leaving only Sid to find out it's Stu, and they have the final battle in 7.
It's the 7. It's them battling the whole
the whole
time.
movie.
She's,
like a Marvel
she's
movie.
throwing big ass like TVs at him and shit.
They all leave town after 22. The Ghostface kills Mindy Meeks, and they have a funeral, and that's how Ghostface comes back.
Okay.
Gail gets the phone call, and she comes back. Gail signs off at the end. Radio silence love Mason Gooding, so Chad and May survive 6. That's very true. They are very high on him. That would be awesome to fly out and meet you and Ashley in person, dude. We would absolutely love to have you out here, bro. Yes. I think the producer is going to be the ghost. It's just going to be Roger Jackson. Surprise, guys. Okay, so we're talking about Ghostface now. Who are some other legacy characters that you would like to see return in this one? I want to go first on this one. I would love to see Mark Kincaid make an appearance in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think if Sydney appears, that we have to see Mark and their twins.
Yeah, I'd love to see Mark come back.
That would be cool.
And I, there's so many characters that we've had along the way that we could bring back into this one. But that's the first one that absolutely pops in my head. What about you, my love? Is there any legacy characters that you would like to see come back that we haven't seen
obviously,
in a while?
that we haven't seen in a while. I want to see Gail and Sydney come back for sure. And then like the newer cast from 2022, I want to see them, but I really do want to see them like kind of take it over.
Yeah.
For like this newer generation. I'm trying to think of some of the like legacy characters that we haven't seen in a while.
Right.
I don't know. I would like to see Mark for sure.
Yeah, I definitely gotta say Mark's gonna come back. We gotta have Mark back for a little bit. What about you, Nick? Who would you like to see come back in this one?
I mean, aside from a lot of them have died, so there's not a ton to choose from. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to is Mark. The only question is, would Patrick Dempsey do it?
I think he would.
Yeah, I mean, it's a successful franchise, even if it is a horror franchise. We're still talking about movies that make over $100 million. So I think he's the only one to me that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm like, I'd like to see him back, because like I said, everybody else died. So
what if Jennifer's not dead and we get to get Parker Posey back for a film?
Oh my gosh, I would love it. I would love.
Yeah, Justin would love it. I would say hard pass.
Love if Jennifer survived, because technically, if Stewie has a TV fall on his head, we can bring Jennifer back. Okay, Jennifer can come back. You're obsessed with her,
we can
and
bring
you're obsessed with their daughter. So, I was talking to my friend Doug about Parker Posey the other night, and I love stage name. You should talk, Judy Jurgenstein.
Okay, so we all kind of agree that it would be fun to see some legacy actors come back, even if it's in small roles, the way that they brought Martha Meeks back.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be somebody returning on a full-time, front of the camera thing.
I have a character that no one's talked about.
What you got?
Gail's cameraman in Scream 2.
Yes, I got that on film.
You guys got that on film? Did you catch that on film?
What
Yes, I
was
got
his-
that on film.
What was his name?
It wasn't.
What was
Ken,
his
'cause
name?
he got
What?
killed.
Kenny in part 1.
Kenny
So it
totally-
wasn't
Kenny
Kenny.
died in part
No.
1. What was his but the cameraman in part 2 survived, and if you're gonna bring a character back, that would be interesting because we could see where he is now.
Yeah.
Justin's grasping at
Joel.
straws.
His name is Joel.
Joel.
Thank you.
Yep.
And J-Dev would totally know that.
Jennifer.
Yeah, of course J-Dev knows that.
Jade Evan, T. Parker Evans. Those are the two guys you go to for Scream.
For Scream
Yeah.
2.
By the way, Scream 2 is my favorite of the franchise.
Mindy will call Kirby out as Ghostface to throw suspicion off herself. Ooh.
Maybe.
I don't think she's
Ooh.
gonna be Ghostface. I would be Mindy or Kirby. What was the comment again?
That Mindy will call out as Ghostface, like
Oh,
Kirby's
gotcha,
Ghostface,
gotcha,
to
gotcha,
throw
gotcha.
shade off herself. Yeah. And there it is. J-Dev
Who
saying Mark or
invited
Joel.
you, Trevor?
Jay, 6
I
could
just
be a
love
lot of
Kirby so
flashbacks
much.
showing us
I'm
I
over
do
at lunch she
too.
gives.
I'm so excited. That's why I don't want her to
That's
be
really
a killer.
big.
I do not want Kirby to be a killer. Do not make her a killer.
No. No.
Drew Barrymore
Chill,
as
man. I'm
herself.
just
She
kidding.
just comes in as herself.
Well, they kept Drew Barrymore on her talk show. Like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want Joel to come back with dips when the killing starts. Nope. Fuck you guys. I'm out again. That'd be great. What about Sydney's husband and kids being in danger? But see, that was part of the plot. She came back at 5, so it
Yeah.
didn't come back to that. So I would hope that that's not the case. I want to see Mark come back. Gail, Kirby, and Stu coming back would be my choice. Again, I'll say lots of rumors of Joshua Jackson coming back to play Joshua Jackson to add stuff about Roman. That's why Dawson's Creek thing. Ooh, okay. See,
Oh.
again, if they bring back Joshua Jackson, you got to kill him. He said House 2 was better than House. So, see you, Josh. Anyone else think it's weird that Sam and Tara's mom? We're getting there. We're getting there. I promise.
Okay, so wait, what about the dad too, though?
What do you mean?
Her dad, Tara's dad.
Oh, I know. We're getting there.
Their parent.
I don't see Patrick Dempsey returning.
I see him coming.
Mark, Sydney's dad, Gail, Sydney Meeks. Okay. Justice for Jennifer.
You're obsessed with her and you're obsessed with their daughter. That's all I'm saying.
Angelina could come back. I would love to see Jennifer back. She was a hoot. Again, bring back Jennifer. Yes. Or in a scene from Stab
I'm
1 and
glad
2, that
there's a
would
lot of
work.
Parker Posey now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Parker Posey love here. Patrick Dempsey calls back, and it's called McScreamy 6. That's
There you
fucking
go.
awesome. That's so great. Yep, we got everybody. Oh, Joel is the Ghostface killer. Oh, that's great, man. You guys are so great tonight in the chat. Thank you so much. This is so much fun.
this is a lot
I'm
of fun.
genuinely smiling the whole time. People think Joel is the twins' father.
Huh?
That could be.
Oh.
Joel
like
is Mindy and what Mark's brother,
Chad.
or Mindy and Chad's dad.
Oh,
I mean,
That could work.
that's I like it.
I'd run with that.
Me too.
So we talked about a lot of what we anticipate in Scream 6 and or
Mhm.
whatever it's going to be called, Ghostface, if you will. Now, something I want to talk about. What are some things that you guys are hoping does not happen in the new Scream film? We'll start with you this time, Justin. What is something that you hope does not happen in the
Well,
new
the
Scream
only
movie?
thing that I don't want them to do, and I think it's putting them in a little bit of a corner, is coming up with. They need to come up with a clever title. That's really the only thing. Like, honestly, and also, okay, I got one. As much as I loved Scream 2022, and we talked about it briefly, the killers have to have a really good reason to do what they do, because I feel like Scream 4 and Scream 2022, in my opinion,
Mhm.
had the weakest reasonings for why they were doing what they do. I know people don't like
Right.
Roman in Scream 3, but I have always loved his reasoning for doing what he did. And I thought it was full circle as a trilogy at the time.
It at least made sense.
It made sense.
Yeah.
It made sense. And I think what they need to do is have Scream 6 has to have a reveal that makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
it has to make sense, because my disappointments with Scream 4 and Scream 2022 is that the reveals and the reason why they were doing what they were doing was a disappointment. So,
Yeah.
Right.
I think they
Okay.
put
What
themselves
about
in a situation where it was like, okay, how do we, what's their reasonings for doing what they're doing? And they need to like just have it be epic.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. How about you, Nick? What's something you hope does not happen in the new Scream film?
One thing and one thing only: don't kill Kirby. You
Yes.
can't kill Kirby. I mean, yeah, I will go with anything else. I mean, this is assuming that Sydney isn't in it, and even if she is, they're not going to kill Sydney. So I don't even have to say that. But yeah, you do. If there's one thing you could do wrong with this movie, it's killing Kirby. Anything else is on the table.
But here's the thing too, and I don't think they're going to kill her. And the reason why I say this is because, one, Hayden's coming out of retirement for this because she has not acted in a long time. And
Her mental state has been
She's
bad for a
healthy.
long time.
I think she's
Yeah.
finally at a healthy point.
She's at a
in her
healthy-
life.
God.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think she would read the script and go, "Oh, my character dies. I'm going to come back." No, like, people
Right.
want this character. People love this character. Have her survive. Like, I think that's all. We all want that. But like, people have a love for Kirby. They have a love for Hayden. You know, I don't think she's going to die. I hope they don't kill her off.
I don't think so either. But if there's one thing they could do to piss on my Cheerios, it'd be killing Kirby.
Same.
Mhm.
What about you, babe?
So I guess making Kirby like a killer or part of Ghostface, I wouldn't want to see that. Like, I want her to be on the other side of it, obviously. And what?
I'm not laughing at you.
Oh.
Jay's fucking hilarious. That's a good one.
And I agree that it's got to have the better reasoning to do all the killings and stuff. Like, just become famous or whatever have you. It just falls flat. So I agree with that part for sure.
I'm gonna say that they can't have a cliffhanger ending. I think that one thing that I don't want to see any more Billy Loomis. I really didn't like that in the last one. It just.
How about
she
Dr.
never met
Loomis?
the guy.
Would you be cool with Dr. Loomis?
Yeah, definitely down for that.
Okay.
I agree. I don't want to see any of our legacy characters be in the Ghostface. I don't want to see that. I want to see something. You do like you did in Scream 2. Blow me away with the killer. Make somebody I didn't expect at all.
Debbie Salt was freaking awesome, and I love the twist with that. Like, I was not expecting Debbie Salt, Billy's mother, in that.
Billy's mother.
I still love it. I rewatched it last year, and I freaking love that ending. And I think she is one of the best killers in this franchise.
I would like it to be more like that too. Like, I don't want to be able to guess who the kid in the first 15 minutes.
Right.
Like, definitely blow me away.
Debbie Salt was amazing. You never expected Debbie Salt.
And not at all.
You never expected it to be Billy's mother. Like, she lied the whole time. Debbie Salt was not her name. I was like, amazing.
Right. So. We should have known, because she could have come up with a better name than Debbie Salt. But here's another thing. In Scream 96, did we get a quick shot of Sam's mother hanging out with Billy Loomis at the video store?
I think so, definitely.
Was that Sam's mother?
I think that's where they're probably going to go with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going to meet Sam's mom in Ghostface?
Yes.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
she's gonna be in
What
it.
about her dad though? Like,
Are you talking about Tara's dad?
Tara's dad, like, she cheated on him, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
And
I mean,
he thought that he was his, he thought that he was Tara's dad all of her life until he found the letters or whatever have
Right.
you. So
Yeah. What are we going to get more to that story?
yeah,
in
I
the
think
next
we
one?
will. I think we will.
Yeah.
So
agree.
here's the big thing.
I think so too.
We obviously know that we're getting Scream 6. We know that's happening. We are going to get a one after that because there's no way this next one's going to bomb. It's just not going to happen. We're going to get an ending after that.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, does Sydney die at all in this franchise? Or is Sydney a safe bet in your eyes no matter what?
She's gonna go on and raise her twins and be with Mark and live a happy life away from Ghostface. Like, she's just gonna pass the buck and be done with it, and she's gonna live her life as an old woman.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
everybody
I think that she is I don't think she dies at all. And I also think personally that after the 7th one, this might be the end of this series until a remake. Like, I really think that they might just say, that's it, we're done with this story. And I'd be okay with that.
I mean, I first of all, I agree. Sydney, well, she needs to survive because everything that she's been through, have her survive. Let her live a happy life. Like, she keeps being put in these situations. Finally, let her live a happy life.
Yeah.
At the end of Scream 7. And 2, I think Scream 7 is going to be the last one. I think these directors have an idea in their head, a trilogy like we've talked about, and then they're done.
Yep.
They're like, this is what we want. We're done with it.
And again, I was very happy with the way Scream 2022 ended. I thought that was a perfect send-off. So
I did too. Yeah.
make this movie worth it.
Absolutely.
Make me, shock me, awe me.
Yeah.
Give me some gore. They need to up the ante in this one. So I want to catch up on the chat real quick. So we're talking about who can't die was the last thing we were talking about. Don't kill Kirby. Don't kill Sydney Gale or Kirby. I agree with Justin. They need an epic title. There needs to be more motive. Yes. Sydney dying and no cliffhanger. Those will drive me nuts. This made me laugh when I read it. Hopefully there won't be a Woodsboro mob chasing the wrong Ghostface and some ridiculous tagline.
Ghostface dies tonight.
Yeah. Things I don't want. Do not kill Sydney and do not kill Ghostface. Same. Do not kill Kirby or Sam. Ooh, Sam. The motive in 5 was fucking dumb. I like Sam too. Sam was fine. Sidney Prescott is too popular of a character for Scream. They won't kill Sidney Prescott off. Don't have Leslie Macher as Ghostface to avenge Vince's death. See, and we're gonna look out. Yeah, don't have it be somebody else's mom. There's always something in a movie that'll piss everyone off. Agreed. True? Nobody. Yeah, you can't make everybody happy. Dr. Loomis, report to the office, please. Fucking love Mickey. Mickey was definitely an underrated killer.
But I love Mickey. He's dead though.
Yeah, he's dead. Focus less on the stab films or not have them part of the killer's motive.
Yes,
I agree. I agree with that.
Radio Silence has said that Christina Carpenter was not in 1996. So she was not one of the girls that Billy was talking to in the video store.
Okay.
Thank you, Ben.
Still, I mean, yeah.
That I like that. If Jennifer comes back, Mickey should come back also. Come on, J-Dad. There's a character who shares the same name as Terrence Hill's mom, Christina, in the original Scream. There we go. Don't forget to smash that like button. Appreciate that, Jay.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, Maverick? Thanks for
Maverick.
stopping. Never said she wouldn't do a movie if she's killed off. Oh, Nev said she wouldn't do a movie. I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
Said never.
Yeah, Nev said she wouldn't do a movie if she's killed off. So there's that. I don't see Sidney Prescott die. Okay, you know what? I am gonna say something they could do in this movie that would piss me the fuck off. You killed Sidney off screen, and you just said, "Well, Sidney died." Blah blah. That's why you come back. That would fucking infuriate me. That the Devon Sawa Final Destination 2 treatment would drive me fucking nuts.
I think that's why they
fell on him and killed him.
I think that's why they kind of brought him. I mean, spoiler alert: this is a whole different series, but I love the fact that at the end of Final Destination 5, they did bring Devon Sawa back as a flashback. Like that was him filming it. Like I thought that was cool.
Absolutely.
Sydney dies in a bloody knife fight with Stu. Hard to lose a bloody knife fight to a dead guy. I don't think Scream needs a remake. Liver alone. Did you hear they put her liver in the mailbox? Because I heard they put her liver in the mailbox. Jay, thanks for stopping by.
Thank
guys,
you.
We just
Bye,
got
Jay.
another donation, so you guys know what that means.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Oh, Demon, I can never get sick of you. Okay, now. If they end the storyline and then remake the first Scream, I'll riot in the streets. Can't argue. There's no way Sydney would be killed off screen. If they killed Sydney off screen, I'll walk out of the movie. The Strode Halloween 4 treatment for Nev is a must not. And I agree with you guys. That's something that just you absolutely positively cannot do. It's hard enough to watch Final Girls die. We've seen Jamie Lee Curtis die in Halloween like 6 times.
Okay, that's besides the point.
When Heather Langenkamp died in Nightmare 3, I was crushed.
Yeah,
you know,
this
losing
is
Nancy. So I do agree that that would be a way to ruin the movie, killing Sydney at all, let alone killing her off screen. So closing statements. Is there anything you want to add about what you're excited for, what you're not excited for, what you want in the next Scream film?
I'm just excited to watch it in general. Like, at first I thought that Scream 5 was the best ending, but since they are they're doing more, like I'm ready to see what they got for sure. Same.
How about you, Justin? What any closing thoughts on the next Scream film?
Well, we talked about it. The only thing that they need to do with Scream, the next Scream movie, is just wow us. Have a great reason for why these killers are doing what they're doing, and some great surprises. Like the last one had some really good surprises, but I want some really great surprises in this movie. But I have to say, I'm really excited for this because Scream 2022, rewatching that one, it's my second favorite of the franchise. So I'm
all right.
I agree.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm ready for it.
Which is it's crazy because you left the theater like you didn't know.
I was bitter when I left the theater.
You were like on the fence, like this is the worst one.
I think the reason why is just because I was so.
Because I think we like expected, like you knew who the character was early on, and I think that really bummed you out because
it's something I always look for is to be surprised at the end of a Scream movie, and I called it pretty quickly, and that really soured me towards the rest of the film. But then I went back and rewatched it, and I love the brutality. I love a lot of the Easter eggs. I love the Psycho reference. Obviously, I'm a huge Psycho fan. That's my dream to one day play Norman Bates type role. So obviously, I'm a huge fan of that. But
I don't know. I loved it all the way up until the last act. It just seemed like the reasoning
motive definitely bummed me out.
Yeah, it just kind of sucked.
So, what about you, Nick? What are your closing thoughts for Scream 2023?
They've done everything right leading up to this movie, at least in my opinion. You've got Gail coming back. You've got Kirby back. I mean, I always felt like that was a pipe dream. And the fact that she's back is it's just awesome. It's some of the best. It's the best news in horror for me since they announced Halloween 2018. I'm just so jacked about that. And I really hope that Nev comes back too. So I guess for me, it's just like, just do what you did last time, in the sense of just put the same effort into it. And I know I'm going to get a good movie that I'm going to walk away from happy with. Don't overthink it. Scream 2022 is also my second favorite Scream movie. I just think that when you watch that movie, it's damn near impossible to argue that it's just damn good. Like, there might be things that we might be like, oh, well, I saw that killer coming or this and that. But is Scream really even a whodunit anymore? Or is it more of a why done it? At this point, we always end up talking more about the motive than the killer themselves. And I think that's because ever since Billy and Stu, you're never going to top that reveal. I just don't think you'll ever top that. So at this point, if I can see who the killer is kind of, or infer it, that's fine. But why'd they do it? That's the thing that's really going to grab me. And so, yeah, I guess I'm very, very hopeful for this movie. I mean, I really, really am. And, Scream, until the Batman came out, Scream was my favorite movie of this year. But up to this point, those two movies are my two favorite movies of this year so far. And we're damn near halfway through the year. So I'm optimistic.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm going to run with. I'm a big fan of what Radio Silence has done. I think that one thing that we all agree on is they really paid a lot of homage to Wes Craven, to his vision, to what he wanted with the franchise.
I think he would be pleased.
I think he's looking down very happy with what they've done to continue his legacy. And that's one thing I want to see continued. I love and the effort, like you said, put into the movie. And you got the difference between Scream and other Hollywood horror movies because the new Screams are made by fans of Scream movies. So they're not going to do something as a money grab. They're doing it for the passion of the film, much like, popular fan films that we watch. So that's a thing I got to agree with. I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick before we let everybody go. I'm excited for Scream 6. Me too. This was great. Thanks, everyone. And Jen, thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate you coming out. Tell Craven we said thank you. Jaw-dropping surprises, Justin. I'm with you.
Yes.
Rudy.
Thank you, Rudy.
It's a script, baby. Man, Rudy, love you to death, buddy, and thank you so much for the donation. Just got to say.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you so much, Rudy. Have a big kill at the beginning would be awesome.
I want a high kill count.
Me too.
Let's just brutal.
Yeah.
Well, Justin, do you want to tell them? Do you want to tell them the news, Justin? Justin is the opening kill in Scream 6.
I am. I'm going to film it.
Gosh.
Boycotting.
Yes.
I know. Sorry. I'm the surprise.
I don't know if you should boycott it yet, Ken. I didn't tell you the other part. It's a nude scene. He gets killed nude. So,
that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
boycotting, I mean, I'll be watching repeatedly, bouncing from theater to theater just to watch the opening sequence.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to map out my map is gonna be mapped out spelling Justin.
It's a Janet Leigh psycho moment.
Yes. Yes.
And Maverick, Jen, tell Craven we said hello.
Yes.
I hope he has an amazing stream. I'm just pumped for the next Scream movie. Yes, we are too. The first time I saw Scream 2022, I wasn't excited. I agree with you, J-Dub. The second time, I liked it so much more.
Me too.
I would love Samara Weaving to be in the next Scream movie.
I was kind of bummed she wasn't in this last one. So
me too. As they kill off Laurie respectfully and not in a Halloween Resurrection way, I'm fine with it. We'll see. We'll talk about Halloween Ends here soon too. I promise.
Yes.
I'd love it if Jamie Lee Curtis was in a Scream movie. As Laurie Russell.
Maybe on the screen, Mindy is watching.
Damn enchiladas. So real quick before we go, I do want to say next week, same time, it'll be 8:00 p.m. Eastern next week. On Wednesday, Ash and I will be joined by the Night Watch Zone, Horror Miser, Monty G, and Craven Something Scary, and we will be counting down our top 10 favorite psychological horror films.
Which is one of my favorite genres. I'm excited. Yes.
Make sure that you guys get your top 10 psychological horror films. Justin has been doing them squat. He's got to. He's dying nude in the next Scream movie. So he's got to have those buns of steel.
He's getting it.
Real quick, Nick, can you tell us what you got coming up on can you tell us what you got coming up on the channel? There for a second.
Yeah, so tomorrow on Christian's channel, the next episode of the You Need a Horror podcast will be out sometime tomorrow evening with Dave McCrae. It was a really insightful conversation with Dave. He is a great guy, and we had a great time. So that'll be out. And then I think either tomorrow or Friday, I'm going to do my Dream Master revisited review because I'm coming to the end of my Nightmare on Elm Street revisited series. So I think that will be Thursday or Friday. And that's kind of what I got on the docket this week. And then Monday, Justin and I will be doing a stream like we always do, and we'll be talking about our favorite summer horror movies. So that's what I got going on.
Look forward to it. Oh, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I forgot to mention during Pride Month, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 horror movie hunks. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Very nice. Awesome. That's what I was just going to bounce over to you. What do you have coming up on the channel for us?
Well, I will have the return of my top 10 horror series. So I'm still figuring it out. I think with summer horror movies will be one. And then, like I said in the beginning, Pride Month is going to be a huge month for me. And so stay tuned for horror movie related topics surrounding Pride Month. And then some talk of some of my favorite LGBTQ movies. So
that's amazing.
You better mention. I know you're going to mention Freddy's Revenge and stuff like that, but if you're talking some favorite LGBTQ movies, you better mention Love, Simon, because that made me cry in theaters. Okay,
I love Love, Simon.
I bawled like a baby, and I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
I love Love, Simon too.
I believe Sufjan Stevens had part of that soundtrack, which is awesome. So I do want to say real quick, guys, I got to pimp it again. If you become a member of Sledgehammer Horror, we got some awesome perks coming up for you. And right now, if you become a member, the minute you become a member, you automatically get to see a 1 minute like teaser of our new short film, Home is Where the Haunt Is, which will be released next month. I got the final copy back today. I'm working on the score, and then it'll be done. And I'm very excited for how it turned out. So real quick, Dave McCrae collab with Sledgehammer Horror would be dope. I'm trying to make that happen. I've been trying to make that happen. So we'll see. Maybe eventually it will. So guys, I obviously want to say thank you to these gentlemen for joining me and everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. We love you guys so much. And if you're here supporting this channel, thank you. Please make sure you're supporting their channels as well. Their links are down in the description. They're not only great guys, they're two of my best friends in the whole world. I love these guys genuinely to death. So guys, obviously, as always, don't go anywhere. We still want to chit chat with you a little bit. Everybody else, as always, keep talking horror.
Say who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.